on, Duane. Come on. Come on.
This is coming scarily close to your time now, man. I'm very surprised. Very surprised. Drifting is the only motorsport that isn't governed by anybody, which means it's very hard to know if drifters possess motorsport skills or is it just unique in their domain. Well, you've been asking that question, and here at Drift Games, we're going to answer it. Can a drifter become a racer? Well, if we're going to put this challenge to anybody and try and go out there on the track and be as good as any race driver, well, we're going to have to go for the best. So that's why I've recruited the champ. Duane McKeever is the current UK and 3-time Irish drift champion, winning 8 out of 10 rounds in 2018 in a dominant display. What's up, Duane?
Well, Dave.
Welcome to Mondello Park once again, and you've won plenty of events here, but today the challenge might be even bigger because we're trying to test if a race car driver can be challenged by a drifter. Now, you've done a lot of crazy things in this place. You've won events, you've been on the podium, but have you ever raced a car?
Probably at the height of it with go-karting, but nothing like this sort of level, so no.
You're not instilling any confidence in me here, Duane, because we need you to be the champ from our sport and come here today and prove to all these motorsport guys that drifters have what it takes. Well, before we hit the track and even take that into account, I think we need to learn the basics. And I know the guys just for the job. The Virtual Race Academy have one of the best VR simulators in the whole country. Why don't we see how you get on? Hey, Rob.
Hey, Dave, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
So I've got the current UK and Irish drift champion, Duane McKeever, with me today. But all of his previous skills are not going to help him because today we want to transform him from a drifter to a race car driver. And we hear you guys are the experts.
Yeah, okay, so the best way to do that is to emulate what all the F1 drivers and Le Mans drivers do, and if you want to learn the track quickly and learn a new car quickly, get on a simulator, and that's the fastest way to do it.
You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we're here at the Virtual Race Academy, which is based at Mondello Park in Suite 2, and this started out as a kind of a hobby just between me and my mate, and we ended up here at Mondello with a bunch of simulators, and the Virtual Race Academy has developed into a whole group of different things. So we have an online simulator parts and components store. It's also a corporate entertainment centre, and another thing that we're doing today is the driver training side of things. So the track that we have Duane on today is actually, it's the Mondello National track, and that's a track that myself and Niall have built here at Virtual Race Academy. So that's actually, it's an inch perfect replica of the real track right here. But what's great is that we can replicate any real world situation. So we can have a cloudy or rainy or snowy or sunshine. We can alter track temperatures and track grip levels so that it perfectly replicates the real world race cars. So one of the things that I'm going to get you to do, Duane, is to try and kind of calm down your inputs on the wheel. So when you're drifting, you're really going to be used to flicking the car in to get it sideways. So we need to do the opposite of that and really keep the car as stable as possible. So pinpoint that and try and get your inputs really smooth. Just one kind of bite of the wheel as you turn in.
Yeah, I'll try that.
So another thing that you can do to help get the car turned in is use the left foot braking, but stay on the brakes as you turn the car in. That keeps the weight on the nose of the car and puts the pressure on the tyres as the wheels are turned, and that just helps it in, helps that initial turn in.
So Rob, you've been teaching Duane the basics. How's he getting on?
He's doing really well, as expected. The car controls kind of come through. He started off around 113 and right now he's down to 103, so 10 seconds off his time. And under these conditions today, that's really, really good.
So progress, right? Awesome.
Hey lads, what's going on?
So remember we were talking about motorsport guys not taking us seriously and drifters aren't real race car drivers? Yeah. Well, today I brought down Duane McKeever, and Rob here has been teaching him how to get fast around Mondello Park, and he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, but that's all well and good, Dave, but you know yourself, the circuit racing guys aren't going to believe that. Like, as it is now, if something goes wrong, he has a reset button. In real life, there's no reset button. I just think you're going to have to turn it up a bit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And it is a very different thing. I might just have an idea. Duane, you killed it on the simulator, but as Mike said, we need to prove this in the real world. How fast can you be around Mondello Park? Well, we needed the experts, and I brought them down from Murray Motorsport. This is Niall Murray, one of the best racers in the world. Niall, this is Duane McKeever.
Niall.
And today, we're trying to make this man tone it back and be a fast racing driver, but it is a very different discipline.
Yeah, it's a completely different discipline. The car is a lot different to a drift car, so come on in, I'll show you around. Okay, so it's a Seat Leon Supercopa, built by Seat Sport in Spain. And they built around 300 of these cars, and they're originally around 301 brake horsepower. We've remapped them last year they're about 342 brake horsepower now. So yeah, very, very quick around Mondello Park, the quickest saloon car you'll get around here. Unfortunately for you, there's only 2 pedals in it. I know you tend to clutch kick a fair bit in the drift car, but in this one you're gonna have to refrain from doing that.
So no clutch kick then?
No clutch kick in this, unfortunately, no. So they run a standard Golf GTI Seat Leon engine, DSG gearbox. So instead of a gear lever, you use paddles on the steering wheel to go up a gear and down a gear. And the whole car is stripped out. It was never ever a road car, built specifically just to be a race car. And yeah, that's why they're so fast.
And is there anything that I need to look out for? Like, is there any oversteer, understeer in these types of cars? Or?
There's a lot of oversteer on your first couple of laps. So we've put tyre warmers on the car. So hopefully you won't have that problem. But yeah, cold rear tyres is a problem with them. But I'll take it out for a spin anyway first and get it all warmed up and set a benchmark for you and see how you get on.
Perfect.
Alright, Duane, when he comes by this point, I'm gonna hit the stopwatch and see what Niall does.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what he thinks he needs to do.
Don't worry, Duane, you got this. You got this, man. You got this.
No pressure. Pressure for tires.
It's patchy. I think it's patchy.
Yeah.
So the conditions are going to be even more challenging. That was a 109 and he was warming the tires.
Yeah.
So that means this one is probably going to be a lot faster. I think they were 350 horsepower.
No.
So this is a little bit more sketchy than we probably planned originally.
50 horsepower and the car with semi-slicks is fast. So,
And it's front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Front wheel drive
Yeah.
is my thing, yeah.
so putting the power down with also playing the factor of cornering and even power.
It's a little bit patchy, so
Yeah.
you could have some sketchy bits out there. Rather you than me, buddy.
Also, he'll be trying to prove a point too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to give you a
Yeah.
hard time here. He is. It's not going to be easy, man.
Yeah.
Whoa, this is fast.
On the curves. So 1 minute dead.
1 minute dead.
1 minute dead.
Wow.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw 109, I was like, maybe. But then I realized he was just warming the tires. So
And I was actually looking at some of their fastest qualifying times, and I think like on a fully perfect condition there was like 57. So that was extremely good time.
57
So with a patchy track,
What?
1 minute dead from Niall. So yeah, best of luck with that. All right, buddy. Awesome job. So, what do you think you did?
Oh, I don't know. It's quite slippy out there.
You did a 1 minute .2 dead, which is almost dead, which is perfect. So, given the conditions, given that he's never driven a car for a lap time ever before, what would you think would be a good benchmark to try and hit today?
Yeah, it was actually very, very tricky out there. It's really slippy at the first corner. All the fast corners are quite slippy, so I would say probably if you did a 63, I'd say that'll be quite good. Yeah.
So 1 minute and 3.
Yeah.
63 must be a race term.
Yeah.
Well, Duane, challenge is now yours. Can you do a 1 minute and 3 to stay at around Mondello Park? It's on you, buddy.
Challenge
Best of luck. Right, Niall, it's tricky out there.
Yeah, very tricky.
So let's see how he gets on. It's the first lap he's ever done in a race car, so
He's never done a time lap.
never even done a time lap ever. So
Quite late in the brakes for the first time, so
well, he's a brave man. I mean,
he's obviously well ahead before.
well, look, he's come in over the hill at 100 miles an hour on the rear brakes. What have you beat you now? This would just be.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to beat him this year in drifting then, won't I?
Well, that's what it's all about. We could have a rivalry starting here without a drift car or even put out on the track. He's done a 104.
He's done a 104.
104.52 on his first lap.
First lap. Wow.
After setting a surprisingly good benchmark time of 104, Duane was ready to push the limits of a car he's never driven before.
Okay, let's see if he's faster this time. 57, 58.
Come on, Duane. Come on. Come on.
102.6. 102.6 for Duane McKeever.
Come on, Duane.
And this is only in the warm-up now.
He's doing him fast.
A little bit of opposite lock there. Here we go.
Yes, come on, come on.
101.6. 101.6 for Duane McKeever.
Having already beaten Niall's benchmark time and fuel running low, Duane had 2 more laps to set a flyer.
Good.
Oh, it's quicker again. Another 101.3. This is coming scarily close to your time now, Niall.
Yeah. We'll call him in.
I think you.
Well, we'll give him another one. We'll give him another one. I'm very surprised. Very surprised.
So am I.
That's impressive for a man on his first ever day in Mondello Park. He doesn't know the times though. We gotta go give him the times. Buddy, fun?
Awesome.
A lot of fun?
Love that.
Okay, so we're gonna give you your times though. So Niall did a 1 minute, 0.02, and he said if you could get less than 1 minute 3, that was a target. So on your first lap, you did a 104.5. But on the very last lap you did a 1 minute 0.4. 0.2 behind Niall. That's incredible.
Well done.
Incredible.
Well done. Thank you, Niall. Thank you very much for letting me drive the car.
Alright guys, we've wanted to do this experiment for so long to see if a drifter could be as fast in a proper circuit racing car. And Niall, even though you put in a 1 minute 02, which was faster than the conditions, this man on his first 9 laps comes in 0.2 of a second off. Impressive stuff.
Oh, seriously impressive, yeah. Look, they're not an easy car to jump into. A proper racing driver going into it will barely do those times. So for Duane to hop in, first time ever driving a race car, seriously impressive.
Yeah.
And Duane, something totally different for you.
Oh, completely different. Like from what I'm used to, I'm trying to set the car up to go sideways. You just have to throw everything out the window because this is a complete different type of driving style for me. For a start, you've no clutch.
It's a big disadvantage.
Yeah, a big disadvantage for me.
Right.
But the grip it has, and just it's pinpointing the right line, the apex and all, so we can get the fastest every bit out of the car. It's unbelievable. But I can't get over how much grip it has with the full slick tires. It's immense.
Well, we're impressed with both of you guys, and it was so much fun to watch and such a good experiment. If you guys at home want to see us do more experiments like this, maybe racers versus drifters, this man is not only stepping out of one of these, but stepping into a drift car in the Drift Games Nationals this year. Niall, a big step in what we would consider the right direction, but a new direction for you.
Yeah, massive step. So yeah, only done two test days so far, another 1 or 2 to go before the season starts, so we'll see how we get on.
Well, if you want us to catch up with Niall and how he's getting on in his drift progress, or you want to see any more videos like this, make sure you comment and share, and of course hit that subscribe button. And we'll be back soon with more action from the Drift Games YouTube channel.